In today's video, we're going to be testing out these reverse LED bulbs on this 4th gen Ram. So let's get started. Alright guys, and welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be testing out these bulbs. I have a few different bulbs coming. If you guys have been with the channel since the beginning, you guys know this channel got kicked off by me attempting to find LED bulbs for these 4th gen Rams that didn't light up the error on the dash. That's what started this whole channel, and while I have some downtime before getting my new house and place, I'm just getting back to the basics and testing out some of this newer stuff a few years later for you guys. So these ones that I have here are stupidly bright, you guys. They are 2800 lumens each. It's like over 5600 lumens, which if you guys know anything about that, it should be insanely bright from our reverse bulbs. It kind of helps in a few different ways if you have tinted windows or something like that, or even just if you're backing up and you're out in the country or something like that where there's no ambient lighting or any street lights. These will help you to be able to see what's behind you, which is always a good thing. So I got these. I will be telling you that I'm going to be testing out a few different sets of them this week for you guys, and I'll also be giving away a set as well, maybe even a couple sets, but definitely giving away one set. So make sure, if you guys haven't already, check the bell down below, click on the bell, make sure your notifications are on, because the early bird is going to get the worm, and I'm going to give you guys a set of these. But these are going to be the brightest ones that we're going to be testing out for you guys. They're on the more expensive side, as in the making of this video. They're about 30 bucks for the pair, but they also claim that they're error free, so they won't throw any errors on your dash, and also are going to be probably the brightest out of the sets that we're going to test. So we'll start with these ones. They should be kind of the king of the hill, and then we'll compare them with some others. Sun's almost about to go down, so let's get these installed. We'll do a comparison. I'll change out one bulb, show you guys how it's done. We'll see how they fit, and then we will compare one side to the other, and we'll get it done, and we'll see what happens in the end. So these specific bulbs are going to be if you have the factory LED taillights. I will also recommend, if you don't have a factory LED taillights, which bulb to go with, because this is going to be a 7440 bulb, which is specific to the factory LED taillights. The regular LED taillights use a different bulb, so like I said, I'll make my recommendation on those down below, but this is going to be the ones for this. So to remove them, it's pretty simple. There's two T25 Torx screws right here, so remove both those and we'll pop out the taillight. So our two screws are removed, and I can't stress this enough, you guys, do not take this and try to pull it out like this. You will snap the tabs on the side. You have to pull it out directly back, so pull it straight back, and you can get your fingers in behind on this side and pop it rearwards, because otherwise you will break some of the tabs that are in here. I'll show you guys in just a second. Just work it straight back, and I'll show you guys why right here. So here's these posts right here, you guys. So if you were to open it like a door, you would end up snapping something off in here, but when you slide it back, you're popping off the tabs from these two guys right here, and you're just slipping them off these posts. So like I said, make sure you remove it that way. And now we can get to our reverse bulb. So the reverse bulb is going to be on the bottom. You're going to turn this and you're going to remove it like so, and there we go. Let's pull this bulb out and swap it. Okay, so let's open these up, you guys, see what we got inside. Got this plastic wrap on it. There we go. Once we open it up, we got the contents, we got some little O-rings, and here are the bulbs. So once you get the bulb out of the package, this is what it looks like. So it's a little bit different than a traditional bulb. This has the big heat sink on the LED, and then this is your connector, whereas you might find some LED bulbs, and also ones that we're going to test a little bit later on here this week, where they actually have the LED bulb all in one. So it would plug straight in, and the LED bulb would be all in one. It wouldn't have this little wire leading up to the actual LED itself. But here's the two chips. They're supposed to be extremely bright, as we mentioned. You got one here and one on the other side, of course. So let's go ahead, get one of these in, see what it looks like. The other thing too is they do include these little rubber gaskets, so I'm presuming we might have to put them around here to kind of snug up the fitment, since they are a universal bulb, and we'll try them out. All right, so I did find when I put this in with no O-ring around it that it looks a little loose. So as a comparison, I threw one O-ring around here, and when you install it, it actually snugs it up quite a bit from spinning it while still allowing some movement, because we will want to clock these as well to try to get the best light output on them. But one O-ring seems to do the trick. and give it a nice snug fit. And then this we are going to plug into here. I will mention one downside to this is if you live in the elements, you might not want to go with this style of bulb. This is going to be the way to get the brightest bulb. The only thing I don't particularly like about this style is obviously your connection is going to be open to the elements right here. Maybe you could wrap it with a bunch of electrical tape or something like that, but again, this is just the only thing I don't like. So it's plugged in here, we've got that connection there, and let's go ahead and see what they look like. So it's a little bit hard to see in here where you have it clocked, since it's kind of got this textured clear lens, but I have it facing this way, so the dispersion should be left and right coming out. So let me go ahead, we'll just reinstall this quickly and we'll go ahead and see what she looks like. Alright, so just real quick, you guys, you will have to make sure that your harness and plug does clear. It will clear, but just make sure if you're having any issues inserting your taillight back on, that you make sure that the actual harness portion, the part that we plugged the bulb into the factory harness on the truck, make sure that's not in your way, and then everything will fit. So we've already cleared that test. Like I said, that was one concern that I had, that maybe the bulb would be too big off the bottom and hit somewhere on the body, but we're good there. Let's see what these look like in comparison from the left to the factory halogen on the right during the daytime. All right, so here we are, you guys. You can see just how bright and true white that is. And when we flip over to here, you can really see just how yellow and outdated that factory halogen looks. So there's again the difference between the two. You can see this one is, even on the camera here, I'm sure it's picking up, like you can see it's like shining really bright, almost like distorting the camera, whereas this is just a hazy yellow color. So that's what we got during the day, but of course the real test is going to be at night. So let the sun go down, compare one versus the other, and then we'll put both in there and show you guys. All right guys, here we are at nighttime, and even just looking, if I get my camera to focus on this visual, this is the backup camera. This is the side, driver's side, that we changed, and this is the side that we have not changed over here on the passenger side. So look at this, you can see way down the street, and over here it is all dark and kind of hazy. So let's go ahead and look at what it looks like outside. So here we go, here's from this side facing backwards, you guys. It is like bright as day on that side. So there it is there. And then here's obviously stock. And you can see the, like, check out how bright it is over there compared to this. This is a huge difference, you guys. And if I go over here, pretty sure you guys can see a pretty clear difference. Super dark and dim over here, and that one is just like, you can see the ring around that coming out of there. Way brighter. Let's get one more visual on this. Here's over top of the bed, you guys. So you can obviously see this is the driver's side. Passenger side's over there, super dim. Let's go ahead and swap that other bulb out. Major difference though, you guys. This is incredible just seeing it this way. You guys, I don't even think I need to say anything on this. Like, that is ridiculous. I think the results speak for themselves. Like, yeah, that is wild. So this is back here. Working our way around, and here's from this side. So I mean, it is obviously dark outside, and we've got pure daylight behind this truck right now. So I don't know about you, but comment down below. I think this is definitely a successful mod. Like I said, these are pretty affordable. These are going to be the brightest ones we're probably going to test. These were the most and highest amount of lumens I could find for this truck in this bulb. But if you will notice, check out the LEDs here on our OEM taillights. And I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a couple that are burnt out on there. So we'll be addressing that in a future video as well. And here you go, guys. This is what it looks like on the backup camera. Night and day difference over here as far as, like, you guys can see. I'll get my finger out of the way. Like, that is insane as far as being able to see when you're backing up. Massive improvement over the stock halogen bulbs. And I also want to show you guys, we've got no stored messages in here, so we don't have any indications popping up telling us that a bulb is burnt out, which is one of the big factors when you're replacing these bulbs, is to ensure that it's not going to throw an error light on your dash. If it does, we can always turn that off with Alpha OBD, but I don't expect all you guys to have that software. So I wanted to find some bulbs that you can install that don't require anything, and you can just plug and play them on your truck. So there you have it, guys. Those are ridiculously bright LED reverse bulbs for your Ram truck. Just make sure if you're going to order these same ones that you have the factory LED taillights, or another way of checking is if your truck came with the factory projector headlights. So if your truck came with the factory projector headlights, it'll also come with the factory LED taillights. If you don't have those taillights and you just have the standard halogen taillights, I'll also make my recommendation down below where you can check out bulbs that will fit your truck. And these ones are nice. They're the more expensive ones. These were about 30 bucks to buy at the making of this video, but they said that they were compatible and they weren't going to throw an error light on the dash, which they did not. I'll also be testing out some other, maybe a little bit more affordable bulbs if you guys don't want to, jump for a $30 or so bulb. I'm going to try out some other ones, but they probably won't be as bright, and they probably are likely to throw an error on your dash without either adding resistors or using Alpha OBD to turn on LED reverse bulbs so that it keeps the error off on your dash. But either way, check out down below. You can find LED bulbs for your truck that I recommend, and I'll also be testing out a few more as well. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and turn on that bell, you guys, because like I mentioned earlier, we are going to be giving some away, so you'll definitely want to be notified of some of these things, and early bird is going to get the worm on some of these future stuff. Also, I'm going to be testing out some LED taillights, some aftermarket ones I'm kind of excited about. They have an OLED, so they kind of have that newer ring around them as well. So I'll be testing those out for you guys coming up here very soon. So lots to look forward to. Let me know what you think of these down in the comments down below, and we'll see you guys on the next video.